I'm Sharon Evans. I'm in the Roswell Park Cancer Institute in the Department of Immunology, and I'm a professor of oncology, and I'm Maryann's mentor.
And my name is Maryann Mikucki, and I'm an MD Ph.D. candidate at Roswell Park Cancer Institute. And we met when I was looking for labs to do my graduate work in for my program, and I was very interested in Dr. Evans' work and went to meet her and discuss the types of opportunities available in her lab. One of the most important parts of my training is really how to write effectively and present effectively, and that is one of the most important things that I will need for my future career, and so that's one of the things that I really appreciate Dr. Evans sort of guiding that part of the process for me.
And maybe if I can add in as well, one of the things that I'm continually learning as a mentor in the lab is that you have to challenge yourself to keep learning. It's never one of those done deals, and so that's where having students in the lab that are provocatively challenging and thinking, as Maryann is, helps in that process, because you're always open to new opportunities. It's usually those side angles that are the most powerful. From all of the students that I've trained and clinical fellows, I've learned that one, you have to be patient, because this isn't a quick and easy fix in terms of what we do. And two, you have to take pride and challenge yourself to be as thorough as possible. That's really the internal litmus test for whether you think you've achieved something, as much as any outside accolades. So, and three, to always look at it as fun, because it is.
And I'd have to say, from my perspective, that I've just been learning so much, and I think that one of the best things is that Dr. Evans continues to give me new opportunities, not only to present my work at various meetings, but also to learn how clinical protocols are developed and other opportunities which are relevant for my future career that I think are really important to learn even at the beginning stages of a program like mine. My project really has developed a lot over the past couple of years from the point at which I started in the lab through a lot of discussion and things like that to try to expand the project and look for interesting avenues in all aspects of it.
I think one of the exciting things I've seen progress in this project over the time that Maryann's been in the lab is also the opportunity for collaborations. And that's exactly why we're at a meeting like this, because we've just been, after Maryann's talk today, networking with people that we set up collaborations on the phone, didn't know them well, and you come to a meeting like this. And so it's really through, in the initial stages, you're just happy to know how to do something yourself in the lab and get it to work. Later on, it gets really fun when you start having other experts in the field adding in. And so I think that collaborative aspect in Maryann's project in particular that's really developed at a remarkably fast rate. Looking back on a career of accomplishments, I think probably, of course, we're always excited when we have awards or recognition, and we've had some very high-profile papers. One of the papers we published a few years ago was picked up all over the world. 80 different news outlets were picking it up. We were on national programs and a lot of play in big national magazines. So that's always really fun to sort of have something have that kind of impact. But I think maybe even more fun than that and more gratifying in terms of a career is when you have those experiments where somebody's worked very hard, day in and day out, and actually couldn't get something to work, and then it changes. And really, Maryann got to experience that firsthand. That's what's fun, when suddenly something falls into place, and now you can build on it. And so I think it's the big and the little successes that make it worthwhile.
Mm-hmm. No, I would have to agree with that, and also just even my own very basic experience helping mentor some master students in the lab and things like that can be very gratifying, even though I'm only, working at a sort of superficial level. To do that, it's gratifying to help them develop their project and sort of get them through the process.
Maryann had the interesting challenge of being the last person in a session that started at 7:30 in the morning, and there were multiple other major symposia going on. So in fact, we were prepared for the fact that it might be just Maryann and I talking, because I was one of the chairs of the session, and Maryann was the very last presenter. So we had to compete with that and lunch. So the exciting thing to me was to watch everybody filing into the room, not out, before Maryann's talk. And I have to say, without really being too biased, is that she gave a really clear presentation. The way I know that is the minute she finished, people ran to the microphone. They were jumping up to ask questions, one after the other. They lined up after the session. That's how you know you gave a clear presentation, because not only was the material delivered clearly, but you're provoking exchange and dialogue. So that was really my view on it. It was really exciting on a project that she's worked night and day on. To see it come together like that was great.
And for me, you know, it was very nerve-wracking because this is the first meeting of this type of size that I've been presenting at, and really, I haven't presented even at that many meetings before this, so I was very nervous going up there, but it ended up working out well, and there was a nice diversity of talks in my session. I think, you know, helped set up different aspects of my talk before I even got up there, so it ended up working out very well.
And one of our mottos in the lab that we kind of remind everybody and each other about is, one of the keys to success is being really prepared and just anticipating all the questions and thinking it through and really being prepared. You can be confident that way. And I think it kind of came home to roost at this meeting that that's exactly what it's about.